What's going on, guys? It's Dr. Freeze here at the Lighthouse, and today I'm gonna teach you how to liquid 8 and Wongton figure 8. Now, if you're finally ready to learn the Wongton figure 8, give me a like and subscribe, and let's get to it. Now, before we get started with the liquid figure 8, you have to know the regular figure 8, and I go over those here. So the liquid figure 8 is just like a regular figure 8, but it's on a horizontal plane. Remember the regular figure 8, like this, it's on a vertical plane, but the liquid figure 8 is on a horizontal plane. So instead of going up and down, we're going front and back, like a DJ. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Put your hands in the air! Some of these DJs, man, they're all like, oh yeah, like putting their whole body into like spinning one knob. Man, these guys are ridiculous. Anyway, not only is it on the horizontal plane, but also our hands are a little curled in, and they kind of follow each other as they create this 8 motion. So here's the technique. We're gonna put both of our hands up like this. I tried to think of an example of when our hands would ever be like this, and yeah, I really couldn't think of one. If you could think of one, let me know down in the comments. So pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. I'm gonna start with my right over my left. So I'm gonna cross my right over my left, and then we're gonna shift it to this horizontal plane by twisting, and we're gonna cross them again. This time my left's gonna be over my right. Once we get here, we're gonna cross them right over left, and then we're gonna twist them, and then cross left over right, and we're gonna end up back here. Now you want to get comfortable with this move in both directions. So if we're starting crossing our right over our left, you want to get comfortable crossing the left over the right. And then the right over left, left over right, right over left. So once you're really comfortable with that motion, you want to curl your fingers in and have them follow each other as if they were connected by a string. And to do this, you have to know liquid, which I go over here. So we're doing this motion, and then let's curl our fingers in and then have them kind of follow each other as if there's a string connecting them. And it's a little bit foreign at first, but as you get that cross twist cross motion down, it should become a lot easier. So as one hand leads, the other one follows. And you want to get comfortable going both ways. So if we're leading with our right hand, you want to easily be able to switch it up and lead with the left hand. Then once you get really comfortable leading with both the right hand and with the left hand, you could start moving it around to give it more variety. Instead of just staying right here, you can move the whole thing over here. And then you can move the whole thing over here, and then back into the middle. And then you could switch it up, go on the left side, and then go over here, and then go over here. And if you practice in the last liquid video, remember you could increase the distance between your hands. And you could do the same thing when you're doing your liquid 8s. So you're doing your liquid like this, and then you could kind of lead this way and do a liquid 8 here, and then you could switch it up, go this way, and then increase this distance, travel over here, and then do the liquid 8 over here. There's a lot of different ways that you could take this, so as long as you have that basic hand flow move down and you have the figure 8 down, you could really make your liquid 8s dope by just moving them all over the place. Now I'm gonna go over the Wongton figure 8. And I know some of you have been trying to learn this move for years now. There's no real tutorial out on it, so I'm gonna break it down for you guys easy. The Wongton figure 8 was created by Wongton. That's why it has his name on it, obviously. And this was one of the first light shows ever recorded on YouTube. He was pretty much the first one to introduce impacting to the world by changing the color of his thumb lights from red to blue and creating different illusions with them. And then Skittles took that information and turned it into the art that it is today. The Wongton figure 8 is a classic impacting move that every single impactor should have in their belt. And they look phenomenal when you're using iNovas on the second mode. Unfortunately, they don't make these type of iNovas anymore, and the new generation iNovas don't really have the same mode 2 trail effect that the old ones do. However, there are some alternatives. One of them is the Supernova by LED Gloves. They have all the exact same functions as the original iNova chip. They're super bright. The only difference is the size, which makes it a little bit hard for certain clicks. But if you're just wanting that mode 2 effect, it has the same trail effect and it's very bright. However, I heard there is a source of these old iNovas somewhere. So if you're looking for some, let me know. But you didn't hear that from me. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put our iNovas on the second mode. This has that trail effect. We're going to shine that light along our pointer finger here. So it really accentuates the trail as we're moving them around. And this is key to having good Wongtons, is you want the light to be shining all the way up your pointer finger. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start like this, and we're gonna open up this vortex as if we're doing a figure 8, and then we're just gonna come back over here. Okay, so we open it up, and then on top. So now my right's on top of my left. I'm gonna open up this circle right here, and then bring my left on top of my right. And then back. So I want you to get real comfortable with this motion right here. So once you get very comfortable with this move, the next time you get over here, you're gonna make a circle with your hands. Circle. And then you're gonna open it up, get back to here, and then make another circle. Circle. Open it up, close, circle. Open it, close, circle. And the more you start to do this, the more natural that wrist motion becomes. Now these circles that you make, they could either be forward rolling circles or backward rolling circles. And it doesn't really matter which way you go. Everyone has their own unique style of doing them. So figure out your way. Now here are a few tips for your Wongton figure 8. Make sure you're lifting your elbows up. When you're throwing this first 8 and you make that circle, this left elbow should be sky high. And as you lift that elbow, it kind of makes your hand go vertical, so it's easier for this right hand to come on top. And then as you go this way, this right elbow should be going up, so it's easier for this left hand to come on top. Boom. Boom. Boom skis. Boom skis. Another tip, instead of just leaving them in the center like this, you could actually move them from side to give it more flair. Just know that when you're moving them from side to side, we generally want to come back to the center to present that figure 8 in front of them, because it should be a vortex that just completely envelops them. And that will trap them in the illusion of this endless spiraling vortex. And the last tip, I generally like to drop Wongton figure 8s at the drop, or at an upbeat part of the music. I often see people doing Wongtons in breakdowns or very slow parts of the song, and although they work, in my personal experience, I've gone a lot more like oohs and ahs and oh shits from doing fast Wongtons at the drop. And so I recommend just try it out for yourself when you're giving people shows. See what the responses are when you're doing these Wongtons. If people like them better at the drops when they're fast, or if people like them slow. and I pretty much guarantee you they're gonna like them when they're fast. Well, I hope you learned something new today and got a new perspective on your gloving. If you got anything valuable out of this video, please give me a subscribe and comment down below with what you want to see next. Again, thank you so much for watching. Now go take this information and be the light in someone's world. Take care, and I'll see you next week.